sports. It's sports. We're talking.
That's a good song. Yeah. By the way.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with it, what's the name of the group? I'm blanking on it.
Viagra Boys.
Viagra Boys.
Yeah. Give it a listen. Watch the music video.
Maybe I'll have to look up some of the lyrics, and that'll just be the title of this.
Wiener Dog.
Wiener Dog. Sports.
Buying stuff off the internet. We should probably introduce, because we're starting.
We are terrible about.
I know.
Introducing ourselves.
That's okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Poor decisions though.
Poor decisions. I'm Connor. He's Brian.
Yep. He's still Connor. I'm still Brian.
Yep.
I'm still Brian. He's still Connor.
As of right now.
Yeah. I mean, give us a week. Maybe we'll change it.
What is this, episode 10?
This is episode 10.
Wow.
Double digits.
Double digits, man. How does it feel? It feels good.
You know what? It took us forever to get here.
Yeah.
Until you even get started. Now we're like just flying through the episodes.
I know. I mean, we do 2 or 3 at a time, so.
That does help.
It does.
It really does.
But I also need to go back and listen and, remember what we've talked about.
Yeah, so we don't end up rehashing things.
Yeah. Because did we drink that porter twice on the pod?
Well, no, we haven't drank it twice.
Okay.
You bought one for the last episode.
That was a diametric, I think.
Yeah, diametric
the
Glacier
Porter?
and Sea or something like that.
Yeah.
Baltic Porter. And we discussed it before the last episode, or before recording one of the last episodes.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't think we've had that one yet. I'm like,
yeah,
we had something from diametric, so that's what we did.
Yeah.
For episode 9, or when we recorded episode, what was it, 8? No, we did. We recorded episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
And then
that was a day.
Yeah, that was a good day. And I didn't drink much more after that though.
No, I did not.
I had like one more because then I started on my own social. I just because no one's always trying to get us to do sensory stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, the best way to do this is I'm just gonna do it on social media then.
Yeah.
That way I have a record of it.
Yeah.
And it's actually making me stop and actually focus on it. And it's almost like the idea is like I'm at a bar now, because I mean, how many people are on their phones when they're at a bar?
Yeah, a good percentage of people.
I mean, granted, we focus a lot on trying to get people to put their phones down and actually interact with other people.
And what's funny is I feel like when I'm off the clock and I have a beer at the bar, I'm just like, I just want to look at my phone.
Yeah, like I've been.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
I've been socializing for hours.
Last thing I want to do is continue to talk. But
well, I know there's been a couple times, because I'm. I've been most of the closer for the last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're starting to make some alterations.
Yeah.
But like it was getting to a point like Saturday nights and Sunday nights, I'd close down. I would just sit there and have a beer. Like I'd close everything down, clock out and everything. And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to sit down.
Just decompress.
Just decompress for a little bit, have a beer. Because, I mean, it's not like I'm going to go in beforehand and have a beer. And, we're not supposed to be drinking while working. Unless we're doing QC stuff.
Yeah, it's always QC.
Yeah, absolutely.
That being said,
how about a beer?
Absolutely.
I think it's about time.
I think we've nailed that volume. I think I had to turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Well, I think on the last episode, so I think I did turn it up a little bit. So we'll see after this episode, or whenever I'm editing, in air quotes editing. I don't edit. I make adjustments.
So I'm just gonna go for this one.
Is this the one that we got really excited about?
I don't know.
Because I ran the Total. We need to get sponsored by Total or something. It's funny because this one, that's a different
okay.
one.
This is, Velvet Underbrown.
Which is such a we talked about that. That's a great name. Play on words for Velvet Underground.
From Heavy Riff Brewing Company in St. Louis.
We've had one of theirs before.
6.5%. That's a cool label.
I think Heavy Riff, that's the one that does Love Gun as well.
I think so.
Which is a vanilla cream ale as well. Oh, here, let me pull that out a little bit.
Let's get the desk moved.
There we go.
The beer desk. All right, let's get into this.
I would take pictures and post them, but like our studio area is kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of dark.
It's very dark, dungeon-like.
Very dungeony.
But we've talked about it as well, as far as adding things to it, making it a little bit cooler. And I forgot to turn off my timer. Yeah, there we go.
That?
I meant to turn it off and I completely forgot. We had some beers in the freezer and I had a timer going so that way they don't explode. Well, that is dark.
That is a dark brown.
That is dark. And I think I read the description and it was great. So Big Riff is out of St. Louis. And like I said, we've had some of their stuff before.
Not quite an even pour, but that's fine.
It's fine. I'll take this one. because I'm gonna be drinking while editing too.
Yeah, you might.
I get air quotes editing.
Editing.
But that is
like stout level.
That
dark.
is. I mean, and I know again, we've talked about SRM before. Like their SRM can go really dark on browns.
Yeah.
But this seems
is dark.
Darker than it's supposed to be. But
it smells amazing.
Oh, hey, you want to hit the other button?
That's us cheersing via a button.
Yeah.
Because you can't always pick it up on the microphone.
No, there was a couple.
Yeah.
I think I heard it hasn't released at this point yet. We're recording this one, but episode 9. Where you heard it I heard it like once or twice, but
this is like super chocolatey.
And I think it said that on the can too. I like the smell though.
That's quality.
That is good stuff.
You and I have very similar palates. I think.
Yeah.
And I'm always kind of drawn towards the darker beers. Your porters, your stouts, your brown ales.
Yep.
I just like the malty.
I mean, a light beer for me is like a red.
Yeah, right? Yeah, or I mean, straight up like a Kolsch,
Kolsch, and I've been coming back around on the Kolsch. Like, I go through phases, because one of our flagships at the brewery is a Kolsch.
Yeah.
And it's a really good beer.
It's really good.
But I usually don't gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
But it's a good reset every once in a while.
I went to Grains and Taps yesterday to get some brew stuff. I'm going to brew Irish Red.
Nice.
Tomorrow. Just in time to be late for St. Patrick's Day. If that isn't Irish, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But I had their Trains and Gaps, which is essentially
a red.
an Irish red. And it was really damn good.
So, there was one. So I used to really like, Boulevard's Irish Ale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
I still do.
It's still solid.
It's one of my go-tos that they like as a non-crazy seasonal.
Yeah.
That they release every year.
Yeah, I feel like
probably my favorite one.
I feel like it might be kind of doling down a little bit. Either that or they overproduced. I don't want to say overproduced, but they produced extra this year.
Yeah.
Because usually, it's only available.
It's always on the shelves in like fucking January.
Yeah, they release it in January and February.
Yeah.
But usually, there's been years where I don't see it anymore come March.
Yeah. Just don't give me any more of that white chocolate ale. That was garbage.
That was
rough.
Bad.
My basement smelled like that for like a week and a half.
Did it really? Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
We didn't
my
spell
fault.
Anything,
I'm the one that bought it. So
it was not good.
Yeah, that was rough.
Sorry.
Even like removing the glassware and the bottles, I could still I would walk downstairs.
You just needed a Febreze.
Yeah.
Febreze
permeated into the ceiling and the floor and the couch and
that was only one bottle.
It was one bottle.
Jeez. Can you imagine if that was on tap?
In
the tap lines?
It is on tap at this past was it Friday? Yeah, Friday I went and saw my buddy Dylan do improv at this what's it called? I forgot the name of it. Like Casey Improv or something. It's in Westport.
Oh yeah, I remember.
You know where
and it's changed hands a couple times.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But there's they're attached to like a dive bar essentially.
Yeah.
And they had the white chocolate ale on tap.
Well, that used to be.
I was shocked that was actually something that would be on tap. I thought it would only do that as bottles.
Yeah.
But cleaning those tap lines has got to be a nightmare.
If it's clean.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe.
I mean,
I would like to think they do that.
I was talking to somebody about this recently. It's actually they work at the stadiums, and they have said they're familiar with the whole tap line cleaning and stuff. And they said that they know that some of the places do.
Yeah.
But not to what extent. So they've worked in Kaufman. They have a nicer area called Crafts and Drafts.
Yeah.
And they said that one we know the beer rep comes in pretty frequently,
but if it's
we'll do it.
If it's the Aramark booth on the second level that's slinging hot dogs and god awful nachos.
Yeah.
I don't think they're cleaning their tap lines every 2 weeks.
Probably not.
But they also are running 100 plus feet of tap line.
Yeah.
To get to that cooler.
Well, I know, and talking to this person, she was saying that, there's been times she's had to change out kegs and she's had to go, because she's worked at other arenas and stuff in the Kansas City area as well. And she was saying that she's had to walk, all the way down, not all the way down, but, to the next concession place to be able to change out kegs. And it's just like, can you imagine how long that tap line even is?
That's crazy.
I mean, I've heard, and I think we've talked about this on the show too, where there's certain ones that, like, you know, if it's like down a level or up a level or whatever, that it like literally, and I've heard Neil Whitty talk about this through, you know, Nigel, you know, where those lines get so long, you can have a full 5 gallons
just caught in the line.
Just in the line.
Yeah.
So think about, again, trying to purge.
Well, that's why they're pouring so much and all you see is foam.
Yeah.
They're trying to get to the beer.
Yeah. And I know that's one thing that we kind of pride ourselves on is sometimes, you know, we have to kind of, you know, we pour through it.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, a lot of places, like, they'll pop open the line
yeah.
and let it run for, you know, a couple seconds because
then,
it's just all foam. And then they start trying to pour the glass. Where, you know, the brewery we work at, you know, we're pretty much, glass is there, open. And occasionally, like, oh, that one had a little extra, you know, headiness on it or whatever. Okay, we pour out a little bit of the foam from the top.
Yeah.
Not, you know, pop it open, let it pour, and then try and fill the glass.
No, this is a good beer. Not much for head retention though. It's
even as you were pouring it, it just wasn't really
nothing was
heady.
happening. Yeah.
So I think like this is one that, you know, with that being said, you could probably almost pour it like it's a nitro.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting to have
Pour
like
it more aggressively.
Huh?
Pour it more aggressively.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of those darker beers you can pour more aggressively.
Oh yeah.
But I know like we've had issues with Tippin where it gets heady.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, a stout.
Yeah.
And the only time I feel like we ever really have the most issues with that is when we're trying to fill crowlers of it.
Yeah.
Or growlers or whatever. Where just maybe it
just gets foamy.
Pouring from the bottom, it gets extra heady for whatever reason. It's weird.
It's that heady goodness.
Yeah. I mean, not wrong.
Phrasing.
Phrasing. That's the first time. Apparently, I had that turned up so much I didn't realize there was background audio on that.
Oh, really?
I just heard it.
Yeah, I just heard it too.
Yeah.
I'll play it again.
Phrasing.
Yeah, so there's like some sound. There's like a music or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never noticed that before.
Oh well.
I've also realized on that the glass clinking one that I probably should need to go in there and shorten it.
Yeah.
Because like I haven't edited any of the audio clips. Edited. There's only like 5 eds there.
That's a tough word.
Yeah, it can be.
It can be.
So, we're discussing this, you know, trying to get an idea of, you know, topics and stuff. But you said
it's a start as of today. It is Monday, March 11th.
The recording of this,
recording of this episode. I think today, well, maybe not today, was the unofficial start of NFL free agency. There's been some moves. It's been wild already. It always is. It's always fun.
I'm picking up a little bit of nuttiness on this too.
I get that that dog food characteristic.
I see. I feel like it's nutty. I'm getting nuttiness.
Yeah. I get like almond or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a good beer.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So yeah, there's been some moves. Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta.
Yeah. That'll be interesting.
Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh.
I feel like Atlanta, you want to talk about a team that's rebuilding to just, I think, is kind of flying underneath the radar of rebuilding. I think it's Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean, they've got some good, you know, offensive weapons. I don't really know their defense all too well. But I was convinced that would be the landing spot for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And who knows what the Bears are going to do.
Well, what do you think the Broncos are going to do? Because, you know, they just straight up cut Russell Wilson.
Maybe he goes to Denver.
And that was like, what, $82 million in
guaranteed
dead cap?
Yeah.
Like, God dang. And that's the second time he's been cut with dead cap.
Yeah. That dude's laughing all the way to the bank.
He's made like almost $100 million in, you know, just.
Just by getting cut. That's
it's a rough life.
That's rough. I wish I could do that.
And he's married to Sierra.
Yeah, what a tough life.
Yeah. Anyway.
Steelers country. Let's ride.
Yeah. Where's he going to go?
Where's who going to go?
Russell Wilson. I mean, if I was him, I'd go to my couch.
He's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, did he go?
Yeah, he got signed by the Steelers.
Really? I thought I heard somebody else possibly.
No, he got signed.
Oh, damn. They're like, yeah, we'll take it.
I thought it was either going to be for Justin Fields getting traded to Atlanta or to Pittsburgh, and that's not going to happen. So I don't know what the Bears are going to do now. I still think that they're going to draft Caleb
and throw him in, and he's going to struggle.
I hope not, man. I really hope that they can figure this shit out. But I mean, they've never had a track record of knowing how to develop quarterbacks. So
anybody listening that doesn't know, Connor is.
I'm a Bears fan.
He's a Bears fan.
It was my choice.
Yeah, and it's fine.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
Well, you got right. Like, I'm, Kansas City born and raised. And I've been a Chiefs fan my entire life, and that includes the 2-14 season.
Oh yeah,
where
is that when Javon Belcher killed himself? In front of Scott Pioli and Romeo Crennel. Yeah.
And that team was considered worse than the 0-16 Lions.
Yeah, that was a bad team.
Which how bad are the Lions then?
Yeah.
If that team was considered worse and still won 2 games.
Well, it's because homeboy fucking killed himself in Arrowhead parking lot in front of his bosses.
That was brutal.
After he killed his fucking wife and his child or something.
That is very upsetting and brutal. And it's just like, God dang, that was.
CTE's a bitch.
Yeah. Because I think they did, and he wasn't even that old.
No.
He was a younger guy and just snapped.
Yeah.
And that's the issue with CTE.
Yeah.
I mean,
look at Aaron Hernandez,
Yeah, well, Hernandez, and then you even had, he was a quarterback for the Titans. I'm blanking. McNair.
Oh, yeah, Steve McNair.
Yeah, because he did, everybody thought he was fine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, just gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit. And Junior Seau, I think he was one of the first main players that said, he's like, yeah, when I pass,
give my brain to science.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
That way we can try and
figure this shit out.
Figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's we'll see what happens with this season. I'm still
it'll be interesting.
Cautiously optimistic with what Chicago can do, and I think the Chiefs did the right thing and giving Chris Jones a contract extension.
I mean, it's going to end up hurting us in the long run.
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to be screwed
in 5-6 years.
Yeah,
if not sooner.
But
I mean, you know what? They see what is going on right now, so they're trying. And they have a rare opportunity to potentially do something that has
a three-peat
never been done. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean,
they really need because I think that, once again, the rumor mill is that Darnell Mooney, Bears wide receiver, good, slot receiver, about the size of Tyreek, not as fast, but can still catch the ball and make plays, that he's going to get traded to Kansas City, and I think he'd make an immediate impact on the team.
Oh, I just looked at my phone. There was a thing that says Saquon Barkley to the Eagles.
Whoa. Well, they just got rid of DeAndre Swift to Chicago. That's a good pickup for the Bears.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is definitely turning into
it's a day, man. This is a day for sports.
Yeah. I mean, and I know, again, the recording of this, the women's Big 12 tournament just ended, and I think most of the women's college tournaments have ended now, and all of the bigger, the men's basketball stuff. And I'm not a big basketball person.
Yeah.
But this weekend will be, or this upcoming weekend,
men's Big 12. I think
after we record this, will be the men's Big 12.
Yeah.
And that's always a huge thing.
Man, KU does not look good. They're going to lose in the first round of that tournament. I guarantee it. They'll probably go into the big NCAA national championship tournament as like a 6 or 7 seed.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be a top 4 seed at all.
Yeah, and that's me not knowing much, but I know, being at the brewery and seeing some of the games being played, they always show the record overall and then the record for the conference, right?
Yeah.
And I saw it was 9-6. So I'm just like, God dang, the Big 12 is just beating the shit out of each other.
Well, Houston has been a force.
Yeah.
In the Big 12.
Well, they just beat up.
They just came in and are just dominating the conference right now.
Okay, and I guess that's something I didn't even realize, that Houston was part of the Big 12 now.
Yeah,
because
they started the Big 12 this season, I do believe, at least for basketball.
Well, because I was talking to somebody and I thought Iowa was part of the Big 12. No, they're part of the Big 10.
Big 10. Yeah.
I'm like, what? This is what? What?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. But West Virginia's part of the Big 12.
Well, yeah, it's Oh man, who else? BYU is in the Big 12 now.
It's actually like 14 teams now. Or
I think
like
it's
that.
16. It's 16
Which,
teams.
Like, why? Like, you know what? I feel like SEC kind of has it a little bit more figured out.
Yeah.
You know, ACC, SEC.
Big East. Is the Big East still around? I don't remember.
That's a good question.
I think they are. I don't know.
Where they're
Anyway.
like, all right, we're not putting numbers on it because shit changes.
Yeah.
I mean, SEC blew up, so they did like, all right, we'll have SEC East and SEC West.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, that makes a little bit, which is weird.
Well, now
because
the
SEC
Pac-12
is
is just the
Southeast.
Pac-2. There's only 2 teams left in the Pac-12. I think it's like Oregon State and Washington.
Oh, jeez. So after the first game, it's determined who won the conference.
Yeah, it's really easy.
But yeah, I mean, there's tons of sports stuff going on because I mean,
it's the season, man.
Once this episode releases, baseball season will
Baseball's
have
gonna start.
already
Yeah,
started as well, and I mean that was
that'll
kind
be fun. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I don't want to say overly excited, but I'm very excited this year for that.
Yeah,
I mean, and that we said, you know, that's kind of going to be our main topic for this episode too, was just baseball.
Yeah,
and I mean, the Ohtani, I think, thing, going to the Dodgers was probably the biggest thing, and we've kind of talked about that already.
Yeah,
but there's been a lot
that.
of, I feel like there's been some other interesting aspects, going on, and I'm excited to see what the Royals do this year. I think the Angels are really struggling right now, and the Angels are always a team that was interesting.
That was
It was the first one.
Yeah.
21 minutes in.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I kind of did, but you didn't even notice.
Oh, you burped?
Yeah, exactly. Again, there's me going back to I don't really burp aspect. But another team I've always kind of enjoyed following. Again, we've talked about this since the early 2000s or mid 2000s is the Angels.
Yeah.
But I've kind of fallen off of them in the last few years as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited to see how the season goes. I mean, I don't think the Cardinals, because I follow the Cardinals as well. Yes, being a Kansas,
I mean, just to
KC
know,
person.
there's so many Cardinals fans here that it's
it's
one of those things that's worthy of knowing.
Well,
about.
I kind of became a bit of a Cardinals fan as well, because I've been to a few of their games as well. Because my dad, born and raised KC as well. He could not stand the Glass family.
That's fair.
And I was hoping he'd be excited for the new ownership group, but he never got to see him.
Probably for the better, honestly.
At this point, I mean, I think, and we kind of discussed this, I think, on one of the most recent episodes too.
Yeah, talking about the stadium
and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think in the next 4 or 5 years, if things don't make a change, it's gonna just feel like a new iteration of the Glass family.
Yeah. I mean, it already kind of feels like that.
And that's why I'm trying to give them a couple years to potentially I don't want to say turn things around, but to show what they are trying to develop and work on.
Yeah.
So
whatever it is, it better be good.
And that's what I'm saying. Give them a couple years.
Just gave one of the best players outside of Ohtani a huge contract. And in terms of Bobby Witt.
Oh yeah. And I think that was a good move.
Oh, they had to do that. Otherwise, he'd be in another major market, making a fucking killing, and probably in a pennant somewhere. In his first season.
So there's one player I follow, and he's kind of bounced around with teams, and I don't think he's currently with a team. Trevor May. So he's a big streamer guy too.
Okay.
And so I kind of started following him because of some of the other streamers I started following when I was getting into streaming and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he was major league pitcher. So he has a great social media where most recently he's been going through and he's been posting stuff on his thoughts on, divisions. And then the most recent one I just saw was his thought, who was going to make it to the playoffs. And I think for the World Series, he had the Orioles winning.
Wow.
Yeah.
They have not been good
now
for a long time.
But I mean, he's not doing stuff just to be funny. He's doing stuff off of, because I've seen him do videos where he will show pictures, and him being a pitcher, he has a better understanding of the way certain mechanics work, and he's breaking down pitches, and he's talking about, yeah, this one's a little dirty, like this one, so super solid, and like because he's going through and showing major league pitchers, they're breaking down how their pitch is working,
kind of like Peyton Manning breaking down like quarterback play.
Yes, it is exactly like that.
Yeah,
and it's really cool to see how he is, going through a progression on showing how basically the pitcher's mindset works. And I have a little bit, my brother did a lot of competitive baseball, and I went to a bunch of, his.
Isn't all baseball competitive?
Well, I mean, like, as a youth, he, played on a competitive team versus recreational team, right? And so, when he was going through extra training, and like I would sometimes have, take him to his training because my brother's 10 years younger than I am. And trying to help out my dad or whatever, take him, and like I would watch and listen, and I'm always trying to be very observational and learn more myself, and so that's where I learned more about the painting the corners, and you should try, and if you have this pitch range, you should try and do this after this to try and throw the batter off, and certain aspects, and it was very interesting, and I learned a lot, even though I stopped playing when I was 10.
Yeah.
So, and I did mostly catching stuff. So then I also have a better understanding of a lot of catching aspects. So when my kids played, I would help coach a little bit, but I usually try to focus on the catchers. And, one of the first things, it's, all these catchers always try to be like up on their like toes. And then they're always having a hard time, balancing. Like, just put your feet flat.
Yeah.
Put your feet, plant your feet and then crouch.
Yeah.
Or, as I think a lot of people have learned, watching Salvi too, is he starts to kick that leg out, to help him adjust where his glove placement's going to be, instead of actually moving his hand, where he keeps the hand in the same spot, but then he'll adjust his legs, to move the glove, and then that way because I know a lot of batters will start to focus on where how the catcher's setting up to try and determine what pitch is possibly coming. So Salvi, will adjust his legs and stuff, so it's not adjusting the glove, and then right as the pitch is coming, then he will adjust his glove.
God, he's got to have one more year maybe.
Man,
I mean, he's been with the team forever.
He's been a long time.
He's a lifer. He's a fucking lifer.
And which is great.
Yeah,
because I mean, Kansas City hasn't had many. I mean, they've probably had people that they were here a couple seasons. Yeah. And so this is the only team they ever played for.
Yeah.
But lifers like Alex Gordon and George Brett, and I'm like, there's been a couple others. But, now you're looking at, past Alex Gordon. It's just like, all right, who's going to be the next one? I don't think there was ever any question really that Salvi was going to end up being a lifer for the Royals.
Yeah.
So, Bobby Witt, is getting that way.
We'll see, Yeah. We'll see if someone doesn't want to buy out his contract, and I don't know. If
he keeps doing what he's going to do, I'm sure there's going to be some teams.
The dude can ball.
Oh, yeah. And good, because the Royals need that.
Yeah.
So, do we want to get into
another?
How about a beer?
Yeah, because I drank that one.
Yeah, me too.
I had to slow down.
I've been waiting on you.
I slowed down because I looked at yours and I'm like, oh shit, yours is still half full of what you poured, and I was almost done. But then I started talking a lot.
Was this the one? I think this was
the
one.
It wasn't a short can. It was a tall can.
Are you sure?
Oh, that is a tall can. I couldn't see it. Yes, it's that one. This one. I mean, this will be aired.
I'm excited about this one.
After
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, but this is a straight up Irish
from
ale.
KilKenny.
From Ireland.
Sullivan's Brewing Company. Maltings Irish Red.
All things Irish Red.
This is a cool label too.
Yeah. And so I went
I'll let you pour that one.
All right, you let me pour that one. Yeah. All right. So you do some talking then.
I mean, I'm excited for baseball, but I'm not hugely. That was good. Knowledgeable about baseball. I like to go to the games and watch them. I don't. For me, football is my sport.
Yeah.
That I know about multiple teams and stuff like that. But I always enjoy baseball season. I enjoy going to Monarchs games more than I enjoy
haven't been to
going
Monarchs
Royals
games. I was looking at trying to go to one last year, and then I just ended up not doing it. And then I actually
so
even
much
looked
fun,
at.
man.
I was even looking at potentially considering going to one of their playoff games. Actually, it was one of the championship games.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that it was like that was going to end up being the last game. So I almost ended up going to the very last game of the season. Like, well, shit, I missed it out.
Well, at least Kansas City has one winning baseball team.
And I hear that they make it a lot of fun. I'd love to go see like the Bananas.
The Savannah Bananas.
But
yeah.
they do a whole series and they sell out
minutes.
In minutes.
Yeah.
And like the Monarchs is one of the few teams that actually gets like a whole series with them.
Yeah, they get like instead of just like a one-off, they can get like 2 or 3 game series.
Yeah, because a lot of times the Bananas will they've become like the Globetrotters of baseball because there's another team that they play against. I'm blanking on. It's like Birmingham.
Oh yeah.
So so like the Bananas always wear yellow outfits, and then the other team always wears like these bright pink ones. But I won't say like pink, like subtle pink. It's almost like a fluorescent pink.
Yeah, like a hot pink.
But so it's a little bit more subdued though. So it's not like overlay. Like okay, that's too fucking bright.
It's not like highlighter.
It's
pink.
not highlighter pink. Yeah.
It's just not like pink like that Post-it note.
It's almost more. I almost feel like they are more pink like these Post-it notes that I have sitting
it's
in
like
front
a
of me.
magenta,
A bright magenta.
Yeah.
Light purple.
Lurple.
All right.
What's that from? Light purple. I feel like that's
the SNL Celebrity Jeopardy stuff. Colors that end in purple.
What is light purple?
Well, no, it was this color ends in purple. Who is that kid from Family Matters?
Was that Keanu Reeves? That was
something like that.
I think it was that or French Stewart. I don't remember.
Yeah. But it was like that was Urkel, and you're wrong. All right, wait, we gotta hit the other button. As we do it, timed it. We're like clink, and he hit the button as well. Yeah, I feel like I need to edit that sound a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I hear some other background.
Yeah, I hear some
static in there.
I hear something in there.
High range there. But yeah, no, that is.
It's not as dark as the one we just had.
No, but that is dark for because it is a Irish ale, not a red ale.
Not a red ale.
Actually, Irish. I guess I don't understand what the SRM should be or the coloring should be for that, but no, this is absolutely brewed in Ireland. So this is a full-on import. So, excuse me. This is why I couldn't see the can through the 6-pack holder is because it's a 14.9 ounce.
It's not a proper pounder.
No.
Oh,
there's a mic.
That was me.
There's a mic there. Yeah. 5% beer.
Yeah.
Imported by Global Beer Network, Middleton, Massachusetts, USA.
That's good.
So.
Once again, it's just, it's malty. It's
you know what? I like this. On here, it says visual. Rich ruby color with good foam. You said that earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't want that bad foam.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that.
Get that bad foam out of here.
Yo, fuck that bad foam. Give me that good foam. I need that good foam.
Well, I want my foam to be good. Pays its taxes.
It pays its taxes. And this has a little bit of head retention. Not a lot, but when I poured it had...
Better than the other one.
Oh, yeah. Again, like that one, I felt like you could have poured straight into the glass.
Yeah.
Like almost like a nitro. And anybody that doesn't know, like on nitro beers, you can pour that hard.
Just, right up and down.
Yeah. Just open it up.
Phrasing.
Yeah, there you go. You could take a nitro can, as provided you have the right size glass for the beer that you're pouring.
Yeah.
You can just turn it straight upside down and let it flow.
Let it flow.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
That's all I know.
That's all you know?
That's all I know.
That's all you think you know.
No, that's all I know.
Well, let's not even tease that idea.
I'm convincing everyone.
That's all you.
That's all I know.
Everyone. This is not the Disney flick that you're looking for.
I guarantee it.
Uh-huh. I think I've made you listen to the metal version of that song.
Oh, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds like it's something you've done.
Yeah, because
you would.
Because I'm an a-hole like that. So what other teams do you like to follow for baseball? Like that, okay, it's not your team, but it's a team that you always are interested in seeing. And don't fucking say Houston or I'll throw this.
No, probably the Dodgers. And as of the past few years, the Brewers.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, my aunt's son-in-law is a pitcher for the Brewers.
Nice.
So it's always cool to like see him on screen.
Yeah.
I guess he's like my cousin once removed or something. I don't know.
But you don't know. You just said your aunt's.
Yeah, my aunt's son-in-law.
Okay. So
no,
it's
stepson.
So not by blood, but by marriage.
By blood, yeah, by marriage.
Yeah, okay.
And
Makes
it's just,
sense.
it's cool because like, I've kind of seen him grow up, so it's like crazy to see like now he plays for a Major League Baseball team.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck? Okay, that's cool.
And that is cool. I mean, and like, I think I was talking about this before. Like not, to that level, but I had a set of twins. And one of them, I coached them in soccer when they were like 7. Started at 7. I coached them for a few years, but then always stayed in touch with the mother and with the kids as I saw them growing up. And one of them went off to West Point.
Whoa.
I'm like, that's fucking cool. Like, I know this kid that freaking, I know tons of people go off to West Point, but still, like, the military academies are not an easy place to get into. So, like, I completely understand, like, on the aspect of, seeing this person grow up and do something great.
Something cool.
And I guess that's one of those things that as you get older, seeing these kids grow up to become, something bigger is really kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, and for me, for the Dodgers, I lived in Los Angeles, and like LA is a baseball town. They're obviously a basketball town.
Yeah.
But they love the Dodgers, and
that's good.
I just kind of wanted to be a part of that, And plus, I could still wear my KC hat and still fit in just because it's blue and white.
Yeah,
as
long as nobody looked at the logo.
Yeah, they'd just be like, if I was, walking in front of them, they would just assume that I was wearing a Dodgers hat.
That is good. Like, one of the teams like I've always kind of enjoyed is the Braves.
Yeah.
For whatever, I think that stems back to like the 90s, when the Braves were like really good.
Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah. So like for some reason I just kind of gravitated towards the Braves, and I couldn't really tell you much about the Braves anymore.
Yeah, same.
But that's just one of those teams. Is like if they're on the TV or whatever, or I see stats pop up, I for some reason pay a little bit more attention to it.
Yeah.
So, but I guess on the flip side, then teams that like were anti, and like I know in KC area, Houston's a huge one.
Yeah, Houston Cardinals. Hey,
there we go.
There we go.
Very nice.
Very nice. Wow, wow, wee, wow.
Wow, wow, wee, wow. He must have burp. I must have burp.
No, for sure. The Astros, the Cardinals, the Yankees.
Oh yeah, Yankees definitely too. Yeah. Even though, and I have a buddy who's a big Yankees fan, and I give him so much shit about it too.
I have a really good friend who's a Yankees fan.
Yeah, I have. He's a good friend.
I just don't understand like where the fandom comes from.
Oh well, so I know where my buddy gets his fandom from, and I give him so much shit about it too because he grew up in Southern California. And I'm like, how,
that doesn't
dude?
Make any sense.
Doesn't make any fucking sense because he's a Yankees fan and a New York Giants fan.
Like Southern California, like San Diego, Southern California. So he's not a Padres fan.
No, so what it came down to, I'm like, you have so many fucking teams in Southern California. It doesn't matter. L.A., San Diego.
Just pick one.
Whatever. Yeah. So his stepfather, who he had known since he was like, I think 3 or 4, grew up in New York.
Okay.
And was a Yankees and a Giants fan.
Okay.
So he's like, yeah, there's been some bad years for the Giants, but, here we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still give him shit about it because I'm like, you grew up in Southern California, dude.
See, I've always wanted to go to a game at the Pittsburgh Stadium where the Pirates play.
That would be cool. I'd love to go to different stadiums.
Just like that like seeing those bridges in the city skyline.
Yeah.
From the stadium is just such a cool backdrop.
Well, even the Philadelphia soccer team, they have something like that too.
Yeah.
So like, and I've been to.
What was that? Was that a burp?
No, that was just.
Was that air escaping?
Yeah. When I was in basic training during the summertime, it provided that the Padres are playing at home. The Marine recruits, like they're, there you go.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was a low.
Yeah,
it was a low rumble.
Yeah.
But one of the last weeks that you're in basic training, like there's just like usually on Sunday there's no training on Sundays for basic training.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like a free day. You sometimes might do certain lessons and stuff, but it's not technically a training day.
Yeah.
And so usually like one of the very last Sundays, and again, provided the Padres are home, they will take the recruits to a Padres game.
Oh, cool.
I mean, we were only there for 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it was super cool because like that's the first time you actually even are out in public and off the base.
Yeah.
Amongst anybody really besides other recruits or instructors. So that was it was cool, and that's why I like the Padres for a long time. And I think they still kind of do it, just not as much anymore. They on Sundays they would wear a military themed uniform.
That's cool.
So yeah. But I mean, that was way back in 2001. Yeah. So
I would love to go to like more stadiums to see like any sport,
Yeah, and
football, baseball, basketball. I can take or leave. It doesn't. Whatever.
We've discussed this before.
Arenas are arenas,
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's where we've talked about this, like where I gravitate more towards hockey because I feel like hockey is more entertaining than anything else as well.
Yeah, I feel like I'd want to go see I've never been to a KU basketball game.
That would be cool. Like I would
always
go
wanted
see
to do that.
And I'm not even a KU fan.
Yeah.
And somebody was trying to give me shit at the bar the other day, after Mizzou went 0-19 at basketball. They're like, you said you're a diehard Mizzou fan. I'm like, I never said I was a diehard Mizzou fan. I said, there we go. That was interesting. I will root for Mizzou, but I'm not like a diehard. I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
I've never been hugely affiliated to any
college team.
No, because I mean I am just a grew up in Missouri, so I gravitate towards Mizzou for that, but then I have a ton of family that is from Nebraska, so then I always kind of enjoyed Nebraska stuff. I'm Irish, so then Notre Dame.
Yep.
But then I was in the Marines, so then that's Navy, and it's just so I really don't give a shit for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
fair.
I'm just I kind of try to keep tabs on all of those.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're in a big KU area, so I understand a lot of the KU stuff as well.
Yeah.
And K-State stuff, but at the same time, I'm a very social person, especially at the bar, and so I try to have a better understanding of some of the stuff. That way, it's easier to carry on conversations.
Oh yeah.
Because, there's certain times where it's just if somebody comes in and is talking about something, I'll be like, yeah, I don't know nothing.
I don't talk about, man.
I mean, because I'm not a political or religious person.
Yeah.
I know
there's
enough.
also no place in a bar for politics or religion. That's
no, there should not be at all.
No, certain people, yes, but
yeah,
it's also in the last hour of business we can discuss, but
yeah, because all right, this is gonna be a shorter conversation.
We had Stephen Lacey over last night. We had a little fire pit going, and I don't know how we got on the subject of politics, but we did, and I'm just like, wow.
I feel like this is just becoming a thing. As you get older,
it's an election year. It's also an election year.
It is an election year because
it's an unavoidable topic.
Even you and I got into that at the end of a podcast.
Yeah, we did
a couple episodes ago. And
I'm not about to get back into politics, but it's just funny how it can just kind of permeate.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we were talking about Dune 2,
and then turn that into politics.
We turned it got turned into politics.
I think that's just one of those things. As you get older too, it
can just happen.
It just happens.
Yeah, whether you want it to or not.
Getting old sucks, and
it
now
sure does.
I'm figuring out another way it sucks because I'm just gravitating more towards politics. I'm like, God damn it!
Well, it sucks for me because I'm just like, ooh, I got excited about getting a new roof and getting a new privacy fence, and I'm just like, wow, the house of my house just really increased in equity. Oh my God, guys, this is so exciting for me.
As long as you're not doing insurance commercials or wherever
not becoming your parents.
Don't become your parents.
Yeah, the Geico commercials.
Yeah. Those are always great.
I feel like I'm getting to that point, but It's inevitable.
It really
You know?
is.
Don't slow it down.
No. And it sucks.
Just ease into it, baby.
Phrasing.
Yeah. Hey-o. All right. Well, I mean, we're at just about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So
kind
I
of,
think...
the kind of the stopping point, I feel like. Is,
Yeah, this was a good end point, and so we're not like trying to just all of a sudden change subjects again. And
Yeah. You don't want to end on religion this time?
No, I don't ever want to end on religion.
We just kind of did, though.
Well, I guess there is that, but you guys just won't ever know.
Nope, you'll never
how
know.
I feel about any of that.
Yep. I mean, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Exactly.
If you don't know, then
You don't know.
and if you don't know, now you know. And I'm gonna.
Yeah, don't say the rest of that, because that'd get us in trouble. All right. Anyway, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. This was episode 10.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
It's a good episode. And we've discussed, about the 45-minute mark.
Yeah.
I feel like is good for us.
Yeah. If we choose to continue.
I mean, if it's a great, not saying they're not great, but like if we're just flowing,
Yeah.
then it'll just flow. But
Couldn't have said it
'cause
better
we had-
myself.
Yeah, I mean, because we had that one episode where it's just like, all right, we hit a natural kind of stopping point, and it was only like 33 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it happens.
It happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah. All right. On that note.
On that note,
Thanks.
thanks for listening, guys. Poor Decisions. I am Connor.
I am Brian.
And yeah, be sure to like, subscribe.
Yes, definitely. We
Listen.
need to start making sure we're pushing our socials more too. And I know I've talked about it.
We're on Instagram.
We're on Facebook, but here actually before this episode, I'll be able to fix it before this episode airs. So
Oh yeah, we'll have a new Facebook page.
on this.
Well, updated.
Updated,
Facebook
yeah,
page.
with
not new one.
the
but
proper name.
proper name.
So, Poor Decisions.
Not
Facebook.
Not the other one,
No.
which is too bad because that was a damn good name.
It was a good name.
It's a good name.
But yeah, here we are. Anyway, thank you everybody.
We'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you for listening.
Cheers.
Toodles.